tell you this. I've warned Kuda Kuti. See, this man will throw you under the bus. He's a politician at the end of the day. And he's been told by the security, Kuda has destroyed your reputation, President. He has destroyed ZANU-PF. Are you with me?
All right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
At the same time, the First Lady has got a team that extorts from him my twins Munangagwa. Because the First Lady says, get rid of him. Nanakuamatanga and all that. Because she also wants to have people she can control. It is a looting club. You're dealing with people who loot. That's the word. So you can only loot more. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you with me?
I hear you.
That's why the fights have been there, the threats with George, Chi, and all that. So, and to maintain his relationship, he's constantly paying money.
Right. Themba, you've disappeared.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now.
He also wants to show the president he can do this wholeheartedly wants to help the president. But the system will not allow him to through you guys. They'll not. Like they said, the president will refer you to the ZANU-PF information department. That's what he would do.
Right.
And you're not cut for that. That's why my point to him was like, get Retendo to do your own PR, quietly fight the things he has to do for the country and so forth. This whole thing, they'll clash with ZANU-PF and who does he work under ZANU-PF, what does he do? And the moment that is under the ZANU-PF department is finished.
Right.
Yeah, are you with me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So instinctively, spiritually, I wanted you to give you that to think about.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, there is really nothing in it, in what you should do. Oh, if Joshua is prepared to be there, he hasn't got the expertise and the future you have in terms of these issues. So he has nothing to lose. Even if he goes on a ZANU-PF regalia, he has nothing to lose. Are you with me?
Yes.
I mean, you're only going to wear ZANU-PF regalia if you know you've got enough money. There are things happening, this and that. I mean, it has to be structured properly. I mean, if I have to ask you what agreement did you come up with? Is there anything?
No. Nothing concrete.
So could maybe continue with your own mission. Don't think too much about it.
Right.
If they want you, they know what to do. They know where to find you.
Right.
Yeah, it's a sort of situation where no. Now, if you're gonna do this job, I don't report to anybody. Kuda tries, but at the end of the day, and the Mtara ends up going near party line. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So even Kuda is getting closed out.
They don't like him, but I told you. They have written reports that you are losing elections because of Kuda. He's been corrupt. He's the most corrupt, the richest. But Kuda has pumped money into ED. They've got deals with ED. Remember what I said. The only reason he has sustained that relationship is because he keeps pumping money. So
right.
Could you hear me? And it's sad.
Right. Yeah. So what's the solution to the problem?
No, that's what I'm saying. You'd rather say, good, listen, Inini, let me do things outside and so forth. And if he's to do anything, let him do things way outside. And you probably have to give a strategy coming into who do you report to, what do you do, and so forth. It must be very clear.
Right.
Yeah. If my company is coming in to do the marketing for ZANU-PF, then let's be given a contract to do ZANU-PF. And I make it very clear that I have a contract to do marketing and I'm being paid for it.
Yeah.
Vision 2030 is that my numbers are tikama extrapolate tikama swita 2050 kuti tione kuti nyika yedu ingamira sei. Saka 153 billion GDP, 29 billion from agriculture. We are going to have invested by that time, $40 billion. More agriculture. Total production investment needed in agriculture will be 13 billion. Value addition yedu ma industry anenge achibva agriculture 17.5 billion. Hard and soft infrastructure 15 billion. 2.5 billion total value addition. Munoziva muno muZimbabwe tine vanhu vanonzi ma-actuary. Saka takatsvaga ma-actuaries akati extrapolate information yekuti tikafamba negwara riri kudiwa nava Munangagwa manumbers edu anenge akamira sei. Ndo manumbers amuri kuona. 16.9 million hectares of the 39 million inenge iri yema-large and small commercial farmers. 3 million hectares will be cumulative commercial arable land under irrigation. Munoziva here kuti muZimbabwe muno madhamu atinawo anokwanisa kuirrigata 2 million hectares. Asi munoziva here kuti only under 250,000 is under irrigation. Muchaona zvakare kuti chawana imwe 1 million kubva kupi. 20,000 hectares, 22,000 hectares chaisa ma fruits. 60,000 toisa sugar. Ndokwaye kumusha kuno sugar. 7.8 million tons tichadzwana kubva horticulture. 32 million kubva ma crops. Tinenge tine 135,000 dairy cows. 6.9 million cattle.
Dear Zimbabweans, we meet on this sunny Saturday for us to give each other the latest feedback on the political developments in our country. Beforehand, let me tell you in advance that no matter the shenanigans of the enemies of our people are doing, KB3 is going to be defeated. Get this from me. I am not giving you false hope, as those pro-Jigananda and Emerson Munangagwa agitators are saying. The facts on the table speaks for themselves. The nation is not going to accept this. All the national forces opposed to this nonsense will never accept this thing to pass. It will not go anywhere. I think you have realized by yourselves that this week the debate in Parliament shifted from the stupid, bullish behavior of Jacob Mdenda to a properly structured debate in our House of Assembly. You realized that those who know why they have been elected to be in Parliament rose in defense of the people's sentiments. You have realized that the conspiracy that has been hedged by Shengezo Chavangu, Ziambe and Jacob Mdenda dramatically collapsed during this second week of the debate of the KB3 in Parliament. Their modus operandi and tactic was that they wanted exactly what transpired during the period of the consultative processes in the country to also manifest in Parliament. Jacob Mdenda, Chavangu, and Ziambe wanted complete and absolute confusion in Parliament. They wanted to create chaos where even members of Parliament that were opposed to this bill were going to be assaulted the moment they leave Parliament going back home. That was the plan of Jacob Mdenda. That's why you realize that on the first week of the debate, all those who have been opposed to CAB 3 have been throttled to express their own sincere views against this constitutional amendment. Like what I told you some time in the past, Mudenda was even invited by Emerson Munangagwa and warned that the way how he is conducting parliamentary business, after Munangagwa heard one of my audios that I addressed the people of Zimbabwe, where I laid bare Jacob Mudenda's evil doings and said, see, you are arming our enemies for them to attack us and also to discredit this process. And the true to fact, Jacob Mudenda is said to have just blinkered his eyes when he could not defend his behavior in parliament, when he could not defend the way he was conducting public business in parliament. That is when you realize that this week, all the members of parliament who were opposed to CAB 3 were able to put across their views to the audience of the whole world. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, for standing on the side of the people. We thank you. We don't have much to really offer you, for we do not have gold or silver, but you shall be remembered in the history of our nation that you stood with the poor and the downtrodden, that you stood with the oppressed masses of our people. So thank you, honorable members of parliament. Thank you very much, my young brother Agents Gumbo. Thank you very much, Max Wanyika. Thank you, Chigumbu. Thank you, Glady Kachwayo. Thank you, my guru, Lynette Kareni Kore, for standing like a phoenix in parliament and expressed the will of the masses of our people. Joanna Mamombenda and many more whom I will not finish to mention by their names. We honor you, because you have delivered the sentiments of the masses of our people. But however, even whenever something good is happening, enemies will always emerge. You have heard those people who are jealous of the performance of the members of our parliament, who worked on the principle of defending the political space that is available for them to express themselves. They are saying, no, that was grandstanding. Those members of parliament, they should have long left parliament. But we could not have heard those voices that have spoken the language of the people. We could not have heard our voices being heard in parliament in opposition to CAB 3. So where others have tried and put their efforts, we must not undermine the efforts of the progressive forces in our nation. So to all those who are throwing negative aspersions against our members of parliament who stood for the common good of our people, you can go to hell. You are the ones who are working behind the back with this Gananda and Emerson Munangagwa to make sure that the voices who are opposed to this bill are not heard. What we want are those people who stand firm against all odds, against the oppression that is happening in our country at the present moment. So we thank you for the good job that you have done. However, there is now a huge internal turmoil within the ZANU-PF camp. The members of parliament of ZANU-PF is that their souls have become so cheap to be bought by $10,000. They are saying, how would we be asked to support this nonsensical bill after we have been given merely $10,000? They also understand that Tagwirei is getting other huge amounts of money behind their back. Tagwirei is getting money from Shikananda for him to whip each and every ZANU-PF member of parliament to vote for this bill. That's why you realize that their noise this week has subsided and they've been allowing those opposed to the bill to speak their minds out. It is an internal implosion that is happening within the ZANU-PF caucus. It's not a caucus but a circus. In the ZANU-PF circus, there are currently conflicts. They are saying watengesi wakaita sana machuma Susan Matsunge vari kupiwa ma GD6 na ma $50,000 and these other ZANU-PF moron whom we don't know from Manicaland called whatever their name, I can't remember it. Yesterday, one of the Ganandas Chivayo announced that she is going to get $50,000 and also a GD6. They are saying those from the opposition are getting $50,000 and the GD6, and you are giving us $10,000 to support this shit. So they are no longer interested for them to be used for the purpose of benefiting Zigananda and Emerson Munangagwa's project, whose main agenda is to prolong the looting of our national resources and the oppression of the masses of our people. They are rejecting to say, you want me to prolong this so that you get more tenders and get billions of dollars at our own expense. They are so angry and bitter that this weekend, why they postponed the voting this week, is that they are planning to top up more money this weekend to grease the ZANU-PF members of parliament to their satisfaction. But the main bone of contention between these fighting forces within the imploding ZANU-PF is that all the members of ZANU-PF are demanding GD6 and also $50,000 that was given to the sellers from Chavangu's party to also get the same and equal amount of money. That is the GD6 and the $50,000. So they are trying to mop up resources during this weekend to fulfill that, which I think they will fail. For the resources are now being demanded. Many people want to eat during the process of the passing of this bill. So be reassured, again, before I close this address today, this animal called KB3 will be finally defeated. It is not going anywhere. The confusion that I've told you that is happening in the camp of our enemies is a cause for us to celebrate. We must be happy that the enemies are fighting among themselves for the second need of more money and more resources at the expense of the masses of our people. Abasha KB3, Abasha Shigananda, failure, they shall. KB3 will not succeed. I thank you.